Mayor Shelley Berkeley called out.
I thought it was incredibly rude.
The awkwardness palpable.
Well, thank you for denying my statement.
The latest piece of politics in the seedy saga that is Badlands.
The debacle of Badlands was built on allegations of political corruption.
Correct.
Are we still looking at politics in play to this day?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, we're looking at politics in play. And I think the public is tired of it.
The city made the $636 million bed that taxpayers are now lying in when elected officials illegally took developer Johan Loewy's land in 2017, preventing residential development of the defunct Badlands golf course, despite the land near Alta and Rampart being zoned for just that. It's a story I've been reporting on extensively for more than 5 years.
I think this is something that they should teach to all municipalities on land use. And this should never, ever happen again to anyone.
Loewy sued and won at every turn in every court. And after 7 years of fighting, the city and Loewy reached the settlement that was presented to the council Wednesday for a vote on non-binding terms.
Faced with the financial impact of the settlement before you today, I think it's fair to say that every public servant in this building wishes that certain events and court decisions had gone differently. But they did not.
Councilwoman Victoria Seaman represents Ward 2, where Badlands is located.
The protocol is to turn it over to the ward.
But Seaman was not allowed to speak or make a motion on the issue Wednesday. Instead, Mayor Berkeley gave the floor to Mayor Pro Tem Brian Knudsen.
For the city employees that have had to listen through this and struggle through this, I want to appreciate you. For the constituents that have been asking us every single day for years now, when's this coming to a resolution? I want to say this council has been actively working towards a resolution the entire time.
But just 2 months ago, Knudsen voted to file another appeal to the Nevada Supreme Court, which had already ruled against the city in another nearly identical Badlands case.
Our job is to defend the city, and that is what we are doing, is defending the city at all costs.
At that time, only Seaman and Nancy Brunet voted against continuing the court battle.
I'd worked for months, Darcy, the last few months, with the developer, with the attorneys, to make sure that we got a settlement.
We asked Seaman why she thinks the mayor and Mayor Pro Tem broke protocol and did not allow her to speak during Wednesday's agenda item on the settlement.
I think they wanted to take credit for the work that I have done. And I think that Mayor Pro Tem wanted to put a statement out there that he'd been trying to or willing to settle it, which is nothing further from the truth.
Here's how it all went down.
I would like to have a moment because it's my ward, and if you don't mind, if I could read and make a motion in Ward 2.
Well, I think the motion's already been made, but if you would like to make a brief statement, we would entertain that now.
Do we have a motion on the floor?
I'm going to move to approve.
The Mayor Pro Tem has moved to approve. I'd like to call for the vote on the motion.
Well, thank you for denying my statement.
And she wasn't the only one who expressed concern.
I have to bring this to your attention because I don't want it to develop to be anything worse than what I saw. But when you were getting ready to do the Badlands vote, and Councilwoman Seaman asked if she could speak, and you did not allow her to speak, but yet I have watched you before some of these other votes turn and ask everyone if they have anything to say, and you've allowed them to do that. So, Madam Mayor, I'm just pointing that out to you. I don't want to see anything develop here. I thought it was incredibly rude that you didn't ask her to speak, especially since that was her area, I believe.
I appreciate that input.
Seaman then rose from her seat and took the public comment mic herself.
Since the chair mayor did not allow me to speak as a member of the council on the most critical issue to ever face my ward, after having spent 5.5 years working diligently on a settlement, I will once again address the council as a resident of Ward 2.
At the end of the meeting, Mayor Berkeley apologized for not letting Seaman speak.
As you all know, this is my second meeting meeting, and I'm just learning the ropes and how to run a meeting. I do not believe it is appropriate for any city council member to have to go to the well in order to speak, and I apologize for that, and it will never happen again.
I think that that is not a way to come in as a mayor and behave. You've been in Congress. You absolutely know protocol. So again, I accepted her apology, and I hope that we can move forward cohesively because I'm not going anywhere.
Victoria Seaman has 2 years left in her council term, at which point she can decide whether to run for re-election. As for the Badlands settlement, I'm told the final signatures from city leaders are expected this week. Darcy Spears, 13 Investigates.